Hello guys, Kimster here, bringing you my idea of a strength-based build. I made this build mainly for duels, but I did invade a couple of times with it, and the damage is actually so high that you can totally make it work in PvE. The weapon we are using on this build is the Nightrider Glaive. It's one of two halberds in the game that can reach S scaling on strength. Obviously, you need to use the heavy affinity to make sure that it reaches scaling. The H4 we are using on this build is actually the most fun. We are using the Phantom Slash, a really cool H4. It goes something like this. And it does have a second part. And the second part actually can be delayed. So people can think like you are stuck in the animation, but you actually like whip the second part. And you can totally get them. I actually managed to get a couple of duels by using this method. The stats we are using on this build, it goes like follow. 55 in vigor, 10 in mind, 25 in endurance, 70 in strength, 13 dexterity, and 15 in pace. The reason we're using 15 in pace is that we bolster this build with a couple of incantation. Some of the incantation actually require 25 pace that we are using, but I chose to save those 10 points and just change items around every time I started dueling. So I put on the Mercasor seal, and I also put on the two-finger heirloom, and that's how I reached the requirement for the incantation we are using this build. The golden bow actually is the highest requirement. It requires 25 face. Yeah, I chose to just save those 10 points and invest them in endurance or strength. The spells we are using in this build is Bestial Vitality. It's a regeneration incantation, gives you 5 health per second. The second incantation is the Electrify Armament. It gives you 0.75 of your incantation scaling. So, for example, right now my incantation scaling on my seal is 170. So if I use this item, it will give me 128 point as lightning damage on my weapon. So you can see right now, we have 128 point of damage on our weapon. The second one is Flame Grant Me Strength. It gives you 20% extra physical damage on your weapon. And the last one is the Golden Vow. Golden Vow gives you 15% extra damage in PvE, 7.5% extra damage in PvP, while also giving you 10% damage reduction in PvE and 5% damage reduction in PvP. As you can see, using all those buffs, we close to like 1.2k damage. I recommend while buffing, you can use the old Lord Talisman. That would increase the buff duration by 30%. Will allow the buff to basically last the entire fight. The gear we are using on this build is the Veteran's Helm, Veteran's Armor, Gauntlets, and Bulgot Greaves. Obviously, when you're using these items, you should be using the Grey Jar's Arsenal. That will reduce the equipment load. We also using Archery Favor +2, and the Radagon Sword Seal. And that's how you can get like 113 boys. I really recommend you get high boys on this build. Yeah, so every time I decided to duel, I basically actually summon people to duel. That gives me enough time to buff. So I start by equipping the two-finger heirloom, the Marika Sword Seal, and also the Old Lord Talisman. Bestial Vitality goes first. Electrify Armament. Drink. Golden Vow, and I leave Flame Grant Me Strength to the end because it lasts the shortest amount of time, 30 seconds only. And you can see our damage right now is 1200. It's quite insane, really high amount of damage for PvP. Yeah, it's a really fun idea, really fun, cool build. I won most of my duels, even though like I'm really a bad PvP player, but this build is actually really strong. And the H4 totally make it worth it. This H4 is really interesting. I think the best time you can actually make this H4 really connect is when people are trying to drink, or they are trying to get away from you to start casting spell. And if you read them, you can actually like slash them and finish them, like one-shot them basically. If this connects, you basically like can kill one player. If these two connect, yeah. Please try this build and let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I'll see you in another video, and thank you for watching.